Hello, everybody. Dave Neal here, stand-up comic and host of Bachelor Nation News, and I've got a video for you. We've got a contestant that never was. The lady was supposed to be on Clayton Echard's season of The Bachelor, which premieres January 3rd. Well, it looks like she never made it to air. In Clayton's preview, he mentioned that his first rose was taken away. And the question of, after seeing that preview, is, who could that have been? Well, we have Salley here, Salley Carson. I'm going to give you the step-by-step everything we know regarding this story, dating all the way back to September. Salley was set to get married in September to a doctor. And that we know Clayton's season began filming in September. So what the heck went down? In the several weeks that went from Salley going to her own bachelorette party to arriving on the set of The Bachelor, people were wondering, did she dump her guy for Clayton or whatever could have happened? Well, it's important we keep an open mind and realize that we don't know too much to the story. But The Bachelor producers decide when they drop all the bios for all the contestants to keep her in the list and with all the other contestants, their occupations, ICU nurse, pediatric pulmonologist, a crossing guard, all these different things. What do they list for her? Position, previously engaged. Have my eyes, beseech me. Drama, we're going to get into it. Hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to like this video. And if you want extra bonus content, go to patreon.com/Dave Neal for my private live streams and stand-up comedy clips. And of course, the great race between me and Nick Vial. He doesn't know he's a part of it, but I don't care. We're trying to pass him in subscribers. He's at 49,300. And a live look at we're at 48,994. Let's do a refresher and see if we boosted that number. I'll check again at the end. We're going to break it in the next hour. We're going to be right on his heels, and we'll get into that. So everyone's asking, why did Bachelor include her if she doesn't make it onto air? And we don't know for sure that she doesn't make it onto air. Here's what Reality Steve had to say about it. So Salley never made it to night one. Once this all got out, the day of the headshots being released, Salley was asked by production if she still wanted to do the show, and she said no. Clayton was probably informed of this and went to talk to her in her hotel room pre-show, which is why the promo last night had him saying the first rose of his season was rejected. He's referring to Salley choosing not to be cast for the show. Now that makes you wonder, does this mean Salley's back with the other guy? Is she going to save herself for a future Bachelor? Here's a clip from what I made, from what I posted actually a few months ago. A contestant who may be on the next season of The Bachelor was supposed to get married yesterday, as you can see by her registry right here, in barrel. Oh my God, I'm engaged, right? The thing I want us to worry about less is the registry. There's never one thing on there that a guy wants. It's never like, all right, skee ball for the basement. You know, there's never. It's always a good point. It's a solid point. Anyway, if we zoom into that, we see, of course, Salley Carson and Avery Buckholz, their registry. This was set to happen in September. Now, here are the thumbnails from the 3 videos I made. First, dumped for The Bachelor. We didn't know. Someone reported this. A source can confirm his divorce wasn't finalized. Avery's divorce before Salley wasn't finalized, and that's part of why it was called off. She was nominated for The Bachelor and was called 2 days after the wedding was called off, which was about 2 weeks ago. Interesting. So the wedding was called off, but that doesn't mean they were no longer together. Wedding called off 2 weeks ago. There's the timestamp, September 26, 2021. They've got the registry number. There they are. Oh, don't you hate these photos? It looks like she's being held hostage right here. She's like, leave me alone. I'm an introvert. And he's like, I'll smile. I paid for the photos. We're going to take the photos. And then here we have, we are still together. Avery released a statement and then immediately deleted it, or shortly thereafter, responding to Reality Steve. Now, I don't have the confirmation that this was him. But it looks like this was his personal Twitter. This looks like this wasn't fabricated. He responded to Reality Steve, someone got a screen grab, and then he deleted it. We are still together, still living together, and still in love. Producers reached out after we canceled the wedding and wanted her on the show. She was heartbroken and needed to clear her head. That is what the producers pushed this as. She is amazing. We all have our journey. Now look, I'm not saying this isn't true, but you look at this photo, And, I mean, Matt, now look at that photo and then hear him say, this is what, she was heartbroken and needed to clear her head. This looks like a hostage situation. She was heartbroken. She needed to clear her head and she needed to see how much my net worth was. Either way, we haven't heard from her. Maybe he's right. Maybe there were some issues with his previous divorce and he thought it was settled. She goes to, and again, I'm just imagining, right? What could have led to her being so heartbroken? She goes to file for her license or whatever. She's like, all right, I'm trying to marry this guy. They're like, actually, he's still with Deborah. And she's like, Deborah? He's still with Deborah? Calls him up, finds out a big thing. They cancel the wedding. Well, the Sun reported this, and this slipped my radar. I don't know how this happened. Maybe I was busy analyzing Dale's toes. Who knows? But this. Now look, yeah, the Sun isn't always the most credible place, but if there is smut to be gathered, it will be on the front pages of the U.S. version of the Sun. Vow violation. Bachelor Clayton Echard, contestant Salley Carson, and this is from October 6th. This was months before, Clayton was even announced Bachelor. Salley Carson called off a $60,000 wedding due to fiance's cheating and not for show fame. Now listen, first of all, they say $60,000 like that's a lot of money. I don't know how you have a wedding for under $60,000. I mean, everyone's asking me like when Tasha and I are getting married, and it's like, look, I don't think you can show up to an altar for under 60 grand unless we get married at a VFW, which sounds like a great idea at this point. Nothing wrong with getting married at a VFW. Anyone know a VFW or a place maybe on a beach that we could get married? Let me know. We'll live stream it. Super chats. Bachelor Clayton Echard, contestant Salley Carson called off her $60,000 wedding. The blonde beauty will be on the upcoming season of the ABC franchise, but raised eyebrows when that's what the Botox does too. When eagle-eyed fans noticed on social media that she was engaged just before filming began. So will she be on the show? That's the big question. Reality Steve still says she isn't. Now, I don't know. Reality Steve usually is right about these things. I mean, why would he lie? Or, he might have the wrong information, but usually he's right about these things. Although, whoever Reality Steve's source is, sometimes when they go knock on the door, they bring one camera, they film it. Sometimes they're able to get one by old Reality Steve here. So, and I hope that's the case. I would love for this conversation to play out on camera and see what the heck happened. Because it might very well be that Sally's back in love with Avery, maybe, but according to this article, they're saying it's because he cheated on her. Now, that's a whole nother story than having an ex-wife who didn't sign their, divorce papers or whatever would have happened. Salley was set to tie the knot with her neurosurgeon fiance and even celebrated her bachelorette party in late August, just weeks before the South Carolina native would leave to film the show in LA. By the way, just a great reminder, if ever you see anyone's highlight reel on social media, it's all made up, Oh, Sally's living a dream. She's so happy. She's in a hotel room 2 weeks later at a Ramada Inn trying to win over some guy's heart from Missouri. You know what I mean? It's never as good as it seems. However, a source exclusively told The Sun that by that point, the couple were already having problems, but did not want to cancel a trip that cost thousands of dollars as they were not yet fully broken up. The insider said that in late August, the wedding was officially called off and that it was Salley who ended things. It was not a mutual decision. Salley ended it. There was infidelity on his part. He was unfaithful, and that's when things ended for good. Now, the question is, what does she define as unfaithful? Was it lying about his previous marriage, that he didn't have the divorce papers yet, or did he cheat on her? Because if that's the case, I think, let me know what you guys think. If you got cheated on in August, let's just do the math here. Say you got cheated on in August, and late September, they're casting for the next season of The Bachelor. Is a 1 month turnaround or 3 week turnaround enough time? Because if you got cheated on, I would think that helps you recover faster from your relationship. If you got cheated on, you're like, man, F that person. I thought they were this, and they turned out to be that. And maybe, don't get me wrong, you should probably still take some time to to figure yourself out. But why can't she do that at a Hilton Inn or whatever while she's quarantining for 2 weeks? You know what I mean? Read some Deepak Chopra, grab a People's Magazine, and get over it. You know what I mean? Light a candle, and smudge the room with some sage. I don't know what you ladies are doing out there, right? Get your crystals out. It's a full moon. You dump them in some distilled water. Next thing you know, you're a new person. That's how we do it in LA. Anyway, The Sun has confirmed with Sally's family that the fiance's cheating played a factor in their breakup. According to the source, the Southern Belle would never call off a wedding for no reason, as that would be insane. She's not the kind of person to cancel a $60,000 wedding. She was ready for her husband and family and all that. She was heartbroken.
The informant also claimed that after her breakup, a friend of Salley nominated her to go on Clayton's season of The Bachelor, and producers called her just 4 days later. Yeah, can you imagine if you're a Bachelor producer and you open up your phone and it's like subject line, just canceled my wedding 3 weeks ago because guy cheated on me. Oh, we'll take that call. I'll take the bait there. She thought it would be good for her, but it was probably too soon. It's so hard. She still has a lot of feelings for him, you know. She was supposed to marry him. Her family was skeptical at first, but then they wanted her to go because it got her out of a situation she needed to get out of. Her friends and family knew about the show from the second batch of producers called. His mom even knew about it and was supportive of it. Salley's ex-fiance did not return the son's multiple requests for comment. Last-minute decision. The son revealed that Clayton, okay, so it's a big gamble for Clayton, blah, blah, blah. That looks to be it. And I'm not sure if this is the guy. Is this the same guy from there? Looks a little chubbier in these photos, but you know, the quarantine will do that to you. Is this the same guy? Let's look at his hairline. Is that the same guy as that? Well, he's got the same hair, I guess. Yeah, same nose too. Just looks like he put on like 10 pounds. Hey, that'll do it to you. Love will make you gain weight. And by the way, I thought that was an engagement ring. It's just a reflection of her, whatever her mug there is. Anyway, look, according to his response to Reality Steve, which we have right here, they're still together. She hasn't said anything regarding this situation, and probably for the best. I mean, what can she say, you know? But maybe we'll see her on future seasons, or maybe we'll see her on episode 1. We'll have to see January 3rd. Tune in to find out. All right, that'll be it for me, unless there's any other breaking news. We'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning. And if anyone's catching this and is in Hollywood, I have a show tonight. Go to my Instagram at DNeals, and you can see all the content for that show. I will talk to you guys later on. Bye, everybody.